Chapter 16, Part 1. Jonas did not want to go back. He didn't want the memories, didn't want the honor, didn't want the wisdom, didn't want the pain. He wanted his childhood again, his escaped knees and ball games. He sat in the dwelling alone, watching through the window, seeing children at play, citizens bicycling home from uneventful days at work, ordinary lives free of anguish, because he had been selected as other before him had, the bear, the abandoned. But the choice was not his. He returned each day to the annex's room. The giver was gentle with him for many days following the terrible shared memory of war. There are so many good memories the giver reminded Jonas. And it was true. By now Jonas has experienced countless bits of happiness, things he had never known of before. He had seen a birthday party with one child singled out and celebrated on his day, so that now he understood the joy of being an individual, special and unique and proud. He had visited museums and seen painting filled with all the colors he could now recognize and name. In one ecstatic memory, he had ridden a gleaming brown horse across a field that smelled of damp grass, and dismounted beside a small stream from which both he and the horse drank cold, clear water. Now he understood about animals, and in the moment that he understood about animals, that the horse turned from the stream and nudged Jonas's shoulder affectionately with his head. He perceived the bonds between animal and human. He had walked through woods and sat at night beside a campfire, although he had though through the memories learned about the pain of loss and loneliness. Now he gained too an understanding of solitude and its joy. What is your favorite? Jonas asked the giver. You don't have to give it away yet, he added quickly. Just tell me about it, so I can look forward to it. Because I'll have to receive it when your job is done. The giver smiled. Lie down, he said. I'm happy to give it to you. Jonas felt the joy of it as soon as the memory began. Sometimes it took a while for him to get his bearing, to find his place, but this time he fitted right in and felt the happiness and per- pervaded in memory. He was in the room filled with people, and it was warm with firelight growing on a hearth. He could see through a window that outside it was night and snowing. There were colored lights, red and green and yellow, twinkling from a tree which was oddly inside the room. On a table, lighted candle stood in the polished golden holder and cast a soft, flickering glow. He could smell things cooking, and he heard soft laughter. A golden-haired dog lay sleeping on the floor. On the floor there were packages wrapped in brightly colored paper and tied with gleaming ribbons. As Jonas watched, a small child began to pick up the packages and pass them around the room to other children, to adults who were obviously parents, and to an older, quiet couple, man and woman, who sat smiling together on a couch. While Jonas watched, the people began one by one to untie the ribbons on the package, to unwrap the bright papers, open the boxes and reveal toys and clothing and books. There were cries of delight. They hugged one another. The small child went and sat on the lap of the old woman, and she locked him and rubbed her cheek against his. Charles opened his eyes and lay contentedly on the bed, still luxuri- luxuriating in the warm and comfortable memory. It has all been there, all the things he had learned to treasure. What did you perceive? The giver asked. Warmth, John's replied, and happiness, and let me think, family. That it was celebration of some sort, a holiday, and something else. I can't quite get the word for it. It will come to you. Who were the old people? Why were they here? Why were they there? It had puzzled Jonas, seeing them in the room. The old of the community did not ever leave their special place, the house of old, where they were so well cared for and respected. They were called grandparents. Grandparents? Grandparents. It meant the parents of the parents. Long ago. Back and back and back, Jonas began to laugh. So actually, there could be a parent of parents of the parents of parents. The giver laughed too. That's right. It's a little like looking at yourself, looking in the mirror, looking at yourself, looking in the mirror. Jonas frowned. My My parents must have had parents. I never thought about it before. Who are my parents of the parents? Where are they? You could go and look in the hall of open records. You'd find the names. But think, son, if you apply for children, then who will be their parents of the parents? Who will be their grandparents? My mother and the father. My mother and father, of course. And where will they be? Jonas thought. Oh, he said slowly. When I finish my training and become a full adult, I'll give I'll be given my own dwelling. And then when Lily does, a few years later, she will get her own dwelling and maybe a spouse and children if she applies for them. And uh, and then mother and father. That's right. As long as they'll stay working and contribute to the community, they'll go and live with the other childless adult, and they won't be part of my life anymore. And after that, when the time comes, they'll go to the house of old. Jonas went on. He was thinking aloud, and they'll be well cared for and respected. And when they are released, there will be a celebration. Which you won't attend, the giver pointed out. No, of course not, because I won't even know about it. By then I'll be so busy with my own life, and Lily too, and Lily will too. So our children, if you have them, won't know who their parents or parents are either. It seems to work pretty well that way, doesn't it? The way we do it in our community, Jonas asked. I just didn't realize there was any other way until I received that memory. It works, the giver agreed. Chapter 16, Part 1 End.